3 hours. I want to appreciate your committee chair, that you have given very good guidance, and the submissions here have been very helpful and also updating in the manner that they have come out. Chair, I want to appreciate the PS, especially the last part of his submission, because that is exactly the position that the tender community have, the Kuria people have. I also want to appreciate the NLC. You are very good officers. You've done very well. It's so much. I saw the release. I don't know how many there were. It was in the thousands, I think, of the cases that we listened to. And there were very few that were allowed. Many of them were not allowed. That means, and it can only mean, Chair, that this NLC is doing its job. They did take their time. Chair, I want to submit that I've been involved in this matter since 2002. This matter started off immediately. You have seen somewhere 2001, some record, something 2001 that the PS alluded to. Immediately after that realization that we have, our land has been taken over unfairly. I started off, I was young that time. The only thing I could do is support the Wazes to prosecute this matter through any other means. When the Ndungu report, the commission was up, we appeared there. When Akimumi was doing his report, we read the Akimumi report, we appeared there. TJRC, we appeared there. When 2010 Constitution happened, Chair, we saw another avenue, an avenue to seek justice for our people who otherwise wouldn't get justice, because there's something called power, and there's something called wealth, and there's something called positions, and there's something called advantage. There's no way our people are going to get any justice outside of NLC. There is no way. And Chair, I want to submit, still, there's no way that the Kuria community is going to get justice outside of the NLC in the setup of things. So, Chair, allow me to run us through a few points. Chair, I want us to remove the mob justice that is going on currently. That a specific piece of land, which is 20,000 acres, specifically bought by a community through a government using legal channels, specific piece of land, is now a subject of a tribal connotation. You will hear somebody seated in Narok saying that Kuria, there is one MP Kitayama taking our land. It's not our land. It is a specific piece of land, 20,000 acres, duly bought by a government through a process that can be verified. Records are there. So, Chair, point number one, the Munyonge and Haki are descendants of the original Kuria who occupied this land through purchase. Historically, it is our land since 1660. 1750 thereabout, the Syrian Maasai come, we fight, we had a big fight, and I want to tell this honorable committee chair, the Syrian Maasai are very brave. The first time they showed up in 1750 thereabout, they chased the Kuria people. It was a big fight. They know. They are seated here with us. My friend Oleseme will tell you what I'm saying is true. The Maasai drove us out of our land. It is true. We were defeated and expelled into Tanganyika at that time. But Chair, the resilience of the Kuria people. You know, when we migrated from Misri, which is now present day Egypt, I would imagine, the last point where the Kuria people settled is a place called Ugutura. And that is why, Chair, and I'll tell you, and I know you, all of us know, we come from communities. Chair, there is a point of reference of every community that they feel that is where they are originally, their gods are. It has some place that is special. That is why this fight could not just go away just because the Syria came and they actually overpowered the Kuria people in that 1750s there. They had been removed from Laikipia. We all know this. So, Chair, Kuria people 70 or 90 years later, they regrouped and they came back. They fought. The Maasais are here, the Syria are here, they know, and we repulsed them back and took off our original Udura, which, and you want to ask yourself, why did we go beyond there? This committee needs to just find out, why is it that the Kuria people are not even moving beyond that? There is a reason. That is why it's a historical injustice. After that, the war continued. The colonial masters at the time, the colonial government, they got tired of this war. Because all the time we are fighting and all this, and the correspondence are in their volumes. If people care, Chair, to go to the National Archives, to go to with all the records of government, you'll be shocked. The colonial people made so much, took so much time on this matter, until at a certain time they decided that now, let's sit down. The Maasai, sit down. First it was the Syria, and then the Botanic came, and then there was the Wasigishu, and then there was the Kipsigis, in that order. He came probably there when he was an adult. And all of us are aware of what is going on, and we know. And the good thing about all of us seated here is that we know what we are hiding and what we are not saying. That is why by evening, probably everybody will be speaking the truth. So, Chair, the first point is that the claim is on a specific piece of land that was historically our land, but because of the war, the fight, and the what, the Muzungu, the government, decided that now there is a way we can settle it, win-win. Now, you Kuria people, this is where you will settle. 20,000 acres, and it's very, very clearly spelled out, and you will pay the Maasai. That time it was 2,000 heads of cattle. But then, when this ruling was done, the Kuria delayed. 9 years later, the Muzungu came and he did a mop-up. 5,000 heads of cattle were taken. Taken by a court process. It was not just kangaroo thing. It's a court process. Please go to the court records, you'll find it is there. The following people were the recipient of our cows. First of all, the Muzungu did put a map. It is clear. P.S. you have a copy of it. All of us have a copy of it, and everybody is running away from that. Why are they doing that? Because they want to make it a community issue. And Chair, this is not a community issue. This is not a Maasai land issue. It is a specific piece of land with clear boundary beacons and demarcations that are there, and you can go and find it. Chair, your committee has just been told that the adjudication that happened involved 60,174 acres. Chair, 20,000 acres was not available for adjudication. It had already been bought, paid for by the Kuria people, and they were occupying it. So there is no way anybody can claim that suddenly it is part of these 60,000 acres, and so how did the Kuria people discover that they are part of this state? Because one, they are ignorant. I mean, we are talking about those ages back there. So they discover when they see the Ministry of Lands doing some measurements. That's when they discover, oh, there's something going on. When they ask what's going on, say, oh, there's an adjudication going on. So Mr. Chacha, and the records are there, writes a letter to Waziri Mwamunga at the time. Records should be clear. You go to the records, you'll find the Waziri, the Honorable Mwamunga, Eliud Mwamunga, received our complaint, written by Mr. Chacha somebody. It is there. But it was ignored. Why? powerful people who are interested in this piece of land just ignored it. So there was a letter asking that no, we need to be included.